Hello, the Infinite Man is back again at your service. Today, I'm going to introduce a new law. As I shared with you before in previous segments, um, I was telling you that as I evolve and grow in my journey, I may come up with new laws, or I would like to put them under the category of universal laws because they are so precise, so there is so much truth in them, and implementing them in our lives and making them part of us again can help us to have a joyful and peaceful life while we are in the earthly form and on this planet. The law of adaptation. Making it simple and somewhat funny. In some situations, we need to tell ourselves it is what it is and surrender to the reality of that moment. It is a law in my book because it assists you to adapt yourself to any situation wholeheartedly, therefore survive it. When you go to the beach, after walking away few feet and hit the area, the rocks and everything, you will find beautiful plants in there and very unique flowers. And if you study them, which I did, I found out at some point they were actually under the water, meaning they could exist in the water, breathe in the water, produce in the water, and basically exist in the water. Now, as the time passed, and we are talking about a very gradual change and a very, very long time, either the level of water got evaporated, got less, or the ocean backed off from the beach area, from the land. Regardless of what happened, and it happened, as I said, gradually, these plants that they were living under the water, and I'm sure they were happy with their situation, slowly but surely told themselves that it is what it is, and if we want to survive this, we may have to, actually, we have to adapt. Adaptation is the key. Surrendering to the reality of what is the key. And that means being flexible. One of the reasons that water as an element is extremely powerful, it's because of its flexibility. It can reaches every nook and cranny. Why? Because it maneuvers itself. If the water is running and there is a huge rock in front of it, it finds a way to go around and continues its journey. It doesn't fight. It's not so rigid, because if you are, then you're going to break. And that's why even the toughest of the toughest, which is, let's say, metal, still, if the pressure is strong enough, it can be broken, but not with the water. Water is soft, gentle, flexible, and maneuvers around obstacles and continues its journey. So the chances, basically there is no chances for it to break. Actually, it can break things by being that flexible. The law of adaptation, it's a skill that we need to use in our daily life with the situations that happens unexpectedly. And if we don't, if we fight with it, if we're rigid with it, then we are going to break. Sometimes we break into pieces. We basically shatter. So the smart way, but not from the mind. Of course, mind is involved because it's brilliant. But the survival, the smartness, the depth and the wisdom of how I can continue existing in a peaceful state and in a joyful state, it's by being flexible, by maneuvering. COVID-19, it happened. It is what it is. Fighting about it, making it political, this or that, it's being rigid. It happened. It can affect your body. It can kill you, God forbid. So wash the hands, wear the masks, and keep the physical distance. Surrender to the reality of what is. Because this shall pass according to the law of impermanence. This is not going to be permanent. But if we want to survive it, we are not to fight it and say, this ruined my life. I can't go to work anymore. I can't see my classmates, or I can't enjoy being present in this situation or that situation because of it. And as you fight, and as hard and as long as you want to fight something that you can't even see with your own eyes because it's so small, what is it to do? Regardless if the obstacle, or if you may want to call it enemy, which I try to stay away from that word really, because it's an illusion here. There is no enemy. Whatever you want to call it, you need to know the best way to deal with something that is powerful, is coming at you, it caught you off guard, or what have you. It's to be flexible. And I believe that there is also a serenity prayer, or I forgot the title, but I love the message. The one that says, dear God, help me to change the things that I can and accept adaptation, the things that I can't, and the wisdom here to know the difference. Thank you for watching. Namaste.